Lemmy responds to the shocking allegations with receipts, and it hasn't even been 24 hours. And honestly, good on the dude, because if someone was making allegations towards me that wasn't true, I'll be doing the same thing. So let's get into it. I'm not saying it is true or isn't, by the way, but I am on the fence still. I need hard, credible evidence.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
Let's do it. Lemmy responded to the allegations by making a series of posts on Instagram, one of them saying, "I met Jaden in 2023 shortly after my previous relationship ended." He just had to add that in.
That's suspicious.
Our relationship began as a friendship, not a business relationship. There were no conversations about baddies, Zeus' employment, or me hiring her. As Zeus continued to grow, she repeatedly expressed interest in joining the network, and before and after auditioning, repeatedly asked whether I had watched her audition, whether she would be cast, and when she would receive an answer. I consistently told her what I tell everyone: if you want an opportunity at Zeus, you have to audition and earn it through the same casting process as everyone else. I also made it clear that I wanted to keep friendship and business separate because the repeated conversations about being casted were becoming a turnoff. Friendship never guaranteed employment, and employment was never a condition of friendship. Those are always two separate things. I never promised her a role, guaranteed her employment, or promised fame or success. She was not originally selected for the cast. Only after another cast member withdrew shortly before production did I suggest she be considered, and the production team ultimately approved bringing her into the show. That decision was made because there was an unexpected vacancy, not because of any promise or obligation. Later, after she was not selected for a subsequent season, the nature of our communication changed and legal threats were raised. I made it clear that our friendship meant more to me than any business opportunity, and that any future professional relationship would only occur with appropriate legal agreements in place to protect both parties. What do you mean by that? I made it clear that our friendship meant more to me than any business opportunity, and that any future professional relationship would only happen with appropriate legal agreements. Why would you need legal agreements for an opportunity at NDA? I don't know. That's just a bit weird the way he worded that. Anyway, I categorically denied the allegations against me. I also have additional communication and other evidence that, in my view, provide important context to the full timeline and will speak for themselves when the appropriate time comes. I intend to vigorously defend my reputation and pursue any legal remedies that may attorney determine are appropriate, including claims for defamation if supported by the facts and the law. So, he ends up showing these receipts, right? Let's read them. He says, "Happy Thanksgiving" in 2024. She says, "Happy Thanksgiving, love. You see my audition?" And it looks like there was no response from Lemmy. This was November 2024. Then boom, fast forward Jan the 8th, 2025. "Hey, I seen what's going on in Cali. Just wanted to check on you, make sure you're okay." He says, "Yes, I'm good, babe. Thanks for checking on me." And then she says, "You lame as hell. Blocked." Huh? "Didn't you say 20 min? Do you need my audition tape?" "Yes, send it to me." What the hell? She ends up sending him this audition tape. So she's upset with him regarding, I guess, the audition. And either he has unsent messages, which everyone's going to assume, but you gotta remind yourself, people text also through Instagram. So the rest of the conversation about auditioning and stuff can be on Instagram, because obviously there's a huge gap between the text and the time. So the rest of the messages can be on Instagram. I just want to put you guys on game. I don't want you guys being stupid going, "He unsent messages." No, it could also be on IG. So just putting it out there. And then the message that says, "Call me." She says, hey, what are you doing, love?" He goes, "Hey, I'm at home playing with my balls. You?" "I'm out and about right now, on the way home." And then on the 19th, "Hey, I have a question." "Yes, I had submitted the audition. I didn't know what was next. Like, do I get a confirmation or..." And then on the 19th at 1 p.m., she goes, "Oh, can you call me when you get a chance?" He goes, "Jaden, blowing me up about baddies will push me away." She goes, "I was just asking, so this is how you want to act? Bet, watch this." He goes, And shut the F up talking to me, obsessed weirdo ass hoe. You sound dumb as hell. Actually, you watch this. It seems like she is very emotional, like the way she's acting here. And then on the 27th, 2025, she goes, hey, how you been? And then the next day he says, hey, I'm good. How are you, love? Then fast forward. Okay, sounds good. Of course. You fly in today? She goes, yes, just made it. Good morning, love. He goes, hey, good morning. Are you busy today? I want to see you. Pretty busy, but what time are you thinking? Sorry, I was in a meeting, but if it don't matter, I can work around your schedule. He says, one sec. She's showing him a place where she's at. She's like, hey, love, I'm here. He says, hey, are you good? In VIP? She goes, no, what do? I'm out in the rain. Walk to the front and FaceTime me. Okay, I can't even get through. Hey, love, when are you coming to the VIP room? He goes, audition? She goes, yes, thank you for... Okay, so this was at the audition. So she went to the auditions. Interesting. Okay. So he was able to get her access, quicker to the audition. Anyway, did you audition? Yes, thank you for looking out for me. Wish I got to talk to you. He says, did you get a ticket? She goes, yes, but my group was rushed. I didn't even get a chance to do nothing, lol. And at the end, when I was going to fight, production was on my A. So out of respect for you, I just left. But I told Nat to remember my face, and she said she did. So hopefully y'all could at least consider me for Baddies Gone Wild for what I did give. Then on the 1st of February, she goes, call me when you get a chance, love, it's important. He goes, hey, what's going on? What's important? Text. She ended up leaving a comment on his post, and he responded, how you going to comment on my post and not text me back? Lol. I wanted to talk to you. I assume you were busy. You'll hear from my attorneys on the 1st of February later on in the afternoon, which is just random. He goes, huh? Hello? Call me. She goes, hey, I'm sorry. I was emotional. Please disregard the messages about our attorneys. I would never do anything intentionally to cause harm to you. I'm looking forward to working with you. He goes, hey, I appreciate your text. It's okay, and I would never do anything to hurt you. I believe you're talented and will be successful wherever you're at. Only want to bring out the best in you. Thank you again for auditioning for both Baddies Gone Wild and Baddies Africa? Yeah, Baddies Africa. Here goes the comments. You can't read Africa, man. It's Africa. Bitch, I can read it. It's just on my screen. Before I screenshot it and send it to you, I can't see it properly because I have to look closely because I don't have my glasses on, okay? Damn it. Then on the 3rd of February, hey, what are you doing? You busy? Then he posted again when she says, I love you. Thank you, love. Have a good trip, my baby. So this was on January this year. Then she responds, never mind, because I guess he never responded back to her. She says, hey, love, I'll be in Miami next month. I don't know if you still have that spot out there, but I'd love to see. Let me know. So she wanted to see a spot that he owns. And he says, hey, love. Oh, okay, nice. I don't have a spot out there. Then he posted on Instagram, maybe I should just post the audio. Now, Jaden ended up responding. She says, not the coached text messages. This is weird. What does she mean by coached text messages? I could post receipts too, but I already made the decision to do this the right way. I wanted to address my decision to take legal action because of an experience that impacted me in a way that I realized wasn't okay. I initially went into the situation with trust, but over time, things didn't feel right, and it affected me both personally and professionally. I'm choosing to handle this the right way and allow things to come out and be addressed properly. I appreciate everyone who continues to support me. I ask that y'all mindful during this time. She then says, I'm going to just leave this one thing here. Attacking my credibility is crazy work. Now, he showed a message from Lemmy saying, why you got a black on the phone? Why you got a black on the phone? I am so confused. She goes, something, love, hey, I have a question. He goes, hey, why you unsend your messages? I kind of saw it. You were asking about baddies? She goes, yeah, sorry, I really wanted to register for your new show. Just wanted to know if you think I would be wasting my time. You didn't respond my text and you lied to me about Houston. Messed up giving everything. What do you mean? Like, this is so confusing. Like, there's so much context that is left out on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Lemmy is showing receipts to prove that, see, this wasn't me, like, trying to say, give me your kitty cat and you will come to the show, trying to show that she's pursuing to be a part of the show. And then she's leaving this receipt, and this doesn't prove anything. Just proves that they were still talking in 2024. Like, How old was she in 2024? That's my question. Lemmy then responded to that saying, "This girl just posted this, lol, baddies, baddies, baddies. I genuinely confused. If the allegations is that I traded TV fame for sex, but the timeless keeps showing you reaching out to me about baddies, following up, asking about your audition, asking if you had a chance, and asking to be on the show. I wasn't the one bringing it up. You were. At this point, I'm really considering dropping the audio." Honestly, he should drop this audio because at this point, it's looking sus for Jaden. There is no evidence of, intimate activities. Him saying you can be on the show if you do all these things with your kitty cat on me and do the bing, bang, boom, boom. There's nothing like that. So to be fair, guys, it's looking bad for Jaden. Just because multiple people say things and retract their statements, it doesn't prove shit until there's hard, solid evidence. So if she's going to court, when the situation ends, you better show the receipts, because people love to, I'm not saying everyone is like this, but some people really love to use, I'm going to court, I got the police involved so I can't talk about anything, so they can disguise and hide their lies. But in this case, she is really going to court. So after, you better not be hiding shit and let the whole world know if you end up winning, because damn, I want to know. I want to know the truth. I'm someone that believes evidence. I'm not really into, multiple people said it, so it must be true. Because look what happened to Michael Jackson. Anyways, let me know what y'all think.